ආයිබෝවන් සත්‍ය කවදාවත් යටපත් කරන්න බෑ. උලම් පුරවපු බෝලයක් වතුර යට තියෙනවා වගේ කොයි වෙලාවක හරි උඩට එනවා. දැන් මේ දවස්වල ලෝකයේ සැබෑ ස්වරූපය මොකක්ද කියන එක පිළිබඳව කතිකාවතක් ඇති වෙමින් යනවා. ඒතර අපි ජීවත් වෙන මේ පෘථුවිය මේ පොළව මේක ගෝලයක් නෙමෙයි මේක තලයක් මේක තැටියක්. ඒ නිසා බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේගේ දේශනාව පරිදි මිහි කත මිහි මණ්ඩල පොළොව තලය මේ කියන විදිහට මේක තලයක් විදිහට තල 31ක් ගැනම කතා කරලා තියෙනවානේ. ඒ නිසා මේ අපි හිතාගෙන ඉන්න ලෝකය එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි පාසල් අධ්‍යාපනයෙන් ලබාගත් භූගෝල විද්‍යාව පිළිබඳ දැනුම සම්පූර්ණයෙන් අසත්‍යයක්. එතකොට මේක ඩෝම් එකකින් වැහිලා තියෙන යම්කිසි වීදුරු වගේ ආවරණයකින් වැහිලා තියෙන තලයක් කියන එක පිළිබඳව සාක්ෂි එමටයි. අන්තර්ජාලයේ මේ සියලු තොරතුරු තියෙන ඔබට සොයා බලන්න පුළුවන්. ලෝකය තමා වටා භ්‍රමණය වෙමින් සූර්යයා වටා පරිභ්‍රමණය වෙනවා කියලා අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත දේ සම්පූර්ණ අසත්‍යයක්, මායාවක්, මිත්‍යාවක්. සැබෑ කරුණු ලෝකයෙන් වසන් කරලා අපේ අවසාන වශයෙන් නිවන ආවරණය කරලා තියෙනවා කියන එක පිළිබඳව තොරතුරු එමටයි. මේ සත්‍ය යටපත් කරන්න බෑ කවදාවත්. ඔබටත් ආරාධනා කරනවා මේ පිළිබඳව කරුණු සොයා බලලා තමන්ගේ භව ගමන නිමා කර ගැනීමට අවශ්‍ය සත්‍ය බුදුදහම සහ මේ ලෝකයේ සත්‍ය ගවේෂණය කරන්න අද ඉන්න පටන් ගන්න කියලා.
You'd think that with the beautiful photographs that we have of our round blue planet, it would convince any doubters. But there are still some who insist that the world is flat. Correspondent Mariana Vanzella discovers more about this fast-growing movement in California.
That's the famous blue marble that everybody's seen. Well, let me tell you something about that famous shot. It's not a photo at all, man. It was made in Photoshop. Cause there ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just photographs.
I'm Mary. They call themselves the Flat Earthers, and we're here to try to understand what's behind this unconventional view and how it can affect the rest of us. Thanks for meeting us here.
Pleasure to be here.
So tell me, what is this movement all about?
This movement is about changing the world, literally. You think for the longest time that you live here. But what if it wasn't this? What if this was just the illusion? Yeah, we're gonna open this thing up. And the reality looked something like this. In a nutshell, you have the North Pole at the center, the continents splayed out organically on the sides. Antarctica is stretched around the entire outer edge like an ice wall. The sun and the moon are very, very small, and the stars are just lights in the sky. A giant planetarium, which means it was built by somebody. Someone bigger than us, someone better than us.
Do you think it was a god?
Not my place to say.
Your belief in the Earth being flat flies in the face of
Hundreds of years
of evidence, of scientific evidence that the world is round. Not only that, but we have satellite imagery. We have photos from space that prove that the Earth is round.
Right. And nobody here believes any of that anymore.
Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is.
So you don't believe that people traveled in space?
No. Oh, it's much worse than you know.
Okay.
Meaning, the only reason NASA was founded in 1958 was to keep this thing under wraps as best they could.
Why? Why?
Think of the shock waves. If all of a sudden you're telling a civilization that this model, this isn't it anymore, flat Earth is the last conspiracy anyone ever looks at.
This demonstration, it doesn't change anything for you.
Lord, no.
Mark, do you really believe this stuff? Tell me the truth. I'm serious.
I absolutely 100% believe we are not on a globe. We are part of a giant studio set. All the world's a stage, and you're on it.
I still don't understand, though. Like, who's gaining from all this, from this large conspiracy?
The highest authority higher than presidents, the super rich, people that are behind the scenes. Remember, the first rule of power is stay hidden.
So this is for me where I think it gets really dangerous, because we're going back into the dark ages, right? You're essentially perpetuating ignorance by denying science. You know, there's a real life implication in all of this.
Science has had its chance, and they aren't putting up a defense. I think that Flat Earth could potentially usher in a new golden age, or it could usher in an age of chaos.
It's easy to dismiss this as just a silly theory and unimportant. But the problem is that it's a growing movement in America. More and more young people seem to believe that the world is flat.